camera, okay? Now, me and Steve have done our research for you, and we've got two amazing things to tell you. What should I tell them first, about the baby or the...
Well, they're both equally fascinating, so you choose.
I'll tell you the crab thing first, right? Steve actually saw this thing in the Guardian of the Week, about our research thing, and then we looked it up, we looked into it on Friday, and it is incredible. Right, listen to this. There's a thing in a bay in, New England, right, where it's like the biggest, they make silicon chips and stuff for computers, right? And because of the data protection thing, after they've done them, because they have to destroy the plates, right, well the information's sort of put onto them, but there's still flakes of silicon, they sort of grind it down straight away, and some of the flakes got into the bay, okay, but some of the information's still on the, even the slight granules of silicon, anyway, gets in the water, and silicon is rather like, a carbon derivative. I reckon if there had been life on another planet and it wasn't carbon-based, it'd be silicon-based. Because that's simple sugars and it's just COH and that, and it can work with silicon, right? Anyway, the crabs have been taken up, it's on the water, and they looked out on the beach, and, over years, the crabs had started, sort of putting themselves in formations. Like, geometric format, and they couldn't work out why they were doing this. And, when they put them in the experiment, they sort of like chopped them up, and they found they'd taken on silicon. And it had sort of got into their brain, and they were downloading information. They picked up little things, because it's just chemical, you know, like, electrical impulses had got information off the silicon chip, and they were interfacing it. But, this is the amazing thing, one bloke sort of thought of this, and he thought, well, if it's a simple computer with a brain, if it's just a simple sort of electrical thing, then maybe there's sort of, you know, we could get it down. So what they did is they made a thing called a biointerface, and they put it into the crab's brain, just a really simple brain, so it's measured avant-garde, right? And it got impulses from it, and they were getting, like, computer readouts, just flashes of, like, symbols and geometric things were on this screen to read the crab's brain, and it was stuff like, you know, fragments of a
what made them do this in the first place?
Because they saw the crabs behaving differently. They were behaving differently to each other. They were just like, they were, you know, intelligent. And they were sort of solving problems and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they downloaded the thing, it was like there was, they found one of the secretary's names where it had been on the silicon chip, where it was just like a flash of a computer screen. But the most amazing thing is, they downloaded a memory, right? It was like a snapshot where it had been burnt onto the retina of the crab, just a snapshot or something, and it was like a picture of the beach, like a couple of years ago, right? And they also did, incredible, it was like just a digital, black and white sort of thing, so they could see what the crab had seen.
Amazing.
Jeez.
Amazing.
So
intelligent crabs.
what are they doing with them now, then?
Super brain.
Well, they think, this is the upshot, they think they could use it as spy crabs, because they could get these crabs. Also, the other thing is, as generations went on, right, so they'd put a crab in the sea or something, right, lots of crabs in, and then as generations went on, a newborn crab, they downloaded the memory, and it had the memories of its great all together. It had every memory that any crab had been related to it beforehand. Because it passed it on, it just passed it on.
So not even ones that had been eating the silicon stuff?
Yeah, no,
these are just like ones that have had kids?
Yeah.
And they've got, like...
And they know so you'd know everything everything right the way back.
So would that work if we ate silicon?
Well, I suppose
possibly.
so.
So what are they gonna...
Well, they can use them for all sorts of things, though. I mean, that's what's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you would train it particularly. I don't know, it'd be quite tricky to train, but I'm assuming if they can do it that way, then presumably they can give it like certain silicon information, which they can then plant in it, if you like, within its sort of food.
Also, if you get them onto enemy beaches, you'd have like 1,000 digital cameras just
sneaking around. You could get, like, you know, Osama bin Laden or someone just crawling around.
They don't understand the information they've got.
No, they don't know they're doing it. They just download them.
So it's not like you could torture them and they wouldn't be able to sort of give you the information, because they wouldn't know what information they had, because they're just.
But the first crab they downloaded, they just kept seeing the same picture of a big crab feeding it, which they
really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's what, like its mother crab or something?
Yeah. As it was memories of it as a child.
But they're not in colour, presumably, because
No, it's all in black and white.
they're all in black and white.
It's just a digital camera, because it's just they don't see in black and white, so it's just like a, I don't know, I think it's burnt onto the retina or something. And, the only one that they kept were the ones they saw a lot of the time.
Wow.
I mean, in a way, some of the educating Ricky I've got for you today is on the similar lines.
Right.
Oh, you've got to be impressed by that. You've got to be impressed by
that's
that.
pretty good. I mean, I'm interested to see, you know, what they do.
What
with
they do with what the crab developments are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well,
That
just
is-
digest that information, because that's not even the most impressive one we found.
I think it is.
I suppose it's pretty impressive, but the next one's maybe more shocking.
Okay, right.
But let's play a
it.
tune, and Ricky's got another extraordinary fact.
Oh,
The Cure, Love Song, classic, on XFM.
So that's the crabs that you can download their memories.
but what about other animals that are in the sea, in that same sea, eating the stuff? Have they tested them yet?
I don't know. I think they just took it on because their biology, something to do with. I presume they could take up minerals, and you know, I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, next one. It's just on the horizons. A bodybuilder, yeah.
This
Married,
is freaky.
married another bodybuilder, right, and they're pregnant. And, they had these tests, and the baby was very large, but it was causing it pain, right, in the thing, right? And after
It's almost bizarre, and like...
Yeah, after the female woke up pregnant after 7 months, and the baby...
It's walking around.
No, had forced its way out of the vagina.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it forced its way out, and it was
because it
crawling
almost had like super strength, like.
and it was pulling her along by the umbilical cord, and that, and it was a stone.
Extraordinary. That's freaky. I mean, you
because
talk
it-
about
yeah.
freaky stuff.
That's made up.
What?
It wasn't pulling her along.
It
Yeah,
was.
well, no, it was she could
Yeah,
feel it.
Exactly. And it was, do you know what I mean? Like, just went, and just sort of squeezed
Just
its way
got out because it was
Just
ready,
climbed out.
because all the hormones.
Because it
and
thought
stuff.
it was ready.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Just waking up and finding that in the bottom of the bed. Freak you out, wouldn't it? Because you'd think it was a nightmare initially.
And it had hair and everything, didn't it?
Yeah,
It
because
had
all the
hair.
hormones there, like
So
a
you
hair,
said
almost like a beard.
there was something in the week about, you know, you've got test tube babies and that now, haven't you? But they've managed to do it. I only caught half
I
the
knew he'd
story.
be more impressed by the crabs than that. He doesn't care if it's
No,
human.
I am. I'm telling you
Go
though, that, there was something, I only caught half the story because I was busy, but, there's something about babies being able to be born without having any people involved. Or something, it's like putting them in an oven or something, and it's like a cake. And after a certain amount of time, it's ready.
I think you can buy those in Argos for kids at Christmas.
It's my first baby kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's Play-Doh, I think, that they can buy.
Yeah. So what do you think of that then?
The baby one.
Yeah.
I prefer the crab one,
Yeah.
but the baby thing's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
So it was bigger than like the average.
Both we made those up.
Yeah, they're both
they're
rubbish.
both
I mean, they are
bullshit.
both rubbish. Despite the fact they're both rubbish.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
We made those up. Both those stupid stories up.
Yeah.
Imagine downloading a crab's memories and seeing its mum feeding it as a child.
Both apps are rubbish.
I had trouble.
Yeah.
I know I was gonna have trouble with, pushed its way out of the vagina.
Yeah.
I practiced that about 30 times yesterday with Stephen. I was going, I'm not gonna be able to do it, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to say that.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed?
A little bit. I mean, the baby one's a bit sort of out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't really having that one.
No.
But the crab one,
See, now, what's interesting, I think, is a useful experiment, Karl. I don't know what it's taught you about yourself. But would you say that that's revealed to you a certain thing? I don't know, maybe... that you're a bit gullible.